How many people do you know who struggle with their health? Chances are, whether they show it or not, most of the people in your life do. And chances are, you're one of them. Whether you're dealing with anxiety, depression, endometriosis, acne, eczema, autoimmune, thyroid, Lyme, brain fog, fatigue, or any other symptom or condition, you're far from alone. Living with symptoms has become the new normal. So no more guessing games. It's time to get answers. Welcome to the Medical Medium Podcast. I'm Anthony William. We're talking about angels. You've heard of angels. They're everywhere. But do you believe in angels? Do you believe in their power? Because they are out there and they are looking out for people. But what about accessing angels? What about reaching out to them, communicating with angels? And do you know their names? And what about angels that don't have names? Did you think about that? Because in this episode, we're going there. We're going to explore and talk about information from above that's mind-blowing, about angels you're not even aware of. Now for this one, I would strap yourself in and get ready, because this is information that's supernatural. Everybody is born with the God-given right to reach out to angels whenever you need them. Now, it may not feel this way. You may not feel angels are out there. So many people who have struggles give up on thinking angels are even there. But they've witnessed your struggle. If you're somebody that went through a hardship, tragedy, or just anything that affected you, angels witnessed it. They're there as your witness. Since the beginning of humankind, angels have been in existence. They've been here on Earth to look out for people. They've been here on Earth even before Earth was here. Before the planet itself was here, they were getting ready to service this planet. They were getting ready to serve people. Getting ready to serve people here on this Earth. But they were already in existence serving people, civilizations on other planets like Earth. This planet was a new battleground for the angels. And God's angels were already helping prepare this planet when it was forming, already there to assist God in the formation of this planet in this solar system really early on. And why would angels, God's angels, be there to assist in the formation of this planet? Because they had to be here because of the falling angels, the fallen ones. As soon as the earth was inhabitable, it was ready. There were the angels, all set to help humankind. Now there are different angels. They're not all the same. There's angels with different names. There's different varieties of angels. We're going to be talking about the group that's called the unknown angels. In today's time, present moment, right now in the forefront of history, angels are working with us every day. There's a lot of calamity on planet Earth. There's a lot of adversity. There's a lot of struggle. There's a lot of genocide still today. There's a lot of fights. There's a lot of wars. There's a lot of unjust, poisonous actions being taken out there. There's a lot of different things, highly toxic things on planet Earth that hurt people in so many different ways. And then there's the everyday grind, accidents happening, freak accidents, problems, all kinds of different struggle. And angels, they're kept busy every single day, every single hour, every single minute. There are millions of people on this planet that are praying to the angels, asking for help all the time. But who are they asking? Who are they praying to? Most people pray to the archangels. They're asking for help from the archangels. Two of the archangels are asked upon and called upon all the time. Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Michael. They get requests by the second all over the globe. And here's the crazy thing. What about another planet where humans live? Who's watching over them? Who's servicing those planets or another planet? Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Michael. Now, because most people pray to archangels, Michael and Gabriel, they're really busy. It accounts for why a lot of people don't get the help they need. They're stretched too thin. And the archangels, Michael and Gabriel, they got other problems. They have to fight evil. They have to battle fallen angels. When God calls upon them, they have to go and battle fallen angels at that moment, which takes them away from the job of helping people individually. But there's a group of angels, the unknown angels, and they're working too really hard. They're working for God, but you got a better chance of getting one of them to help you at difficult times and struggles. These powerful angels, the unknown angels, are at a number of 144,000. There are exactly 144,000 of the unknown angels working for God. This is a holy number that God reveres. Because they're unnamed, they have no notoriety. They have no acclaim. Their egos are extremely low. The unknown angels carry not a sword like Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Michael. And even their swords are not exactly a sword, like the kind of sword that we see or we think about in fighting in war. But the unknown angels carry a light rod. And this light rod wields a lot of power. Now, the thing about the light rod is once you know about this light rod, you can help access it in your favor. You can ask the unknown angels to baptize you in a way, to anoint you, to touch you with the light rod. They may do it anyway without you even realizing it, but asking them is really helpful and beneficial because there's a good chance when you're asking for it, asking for their help and the light rod to actually touch you, they will do it. Unknown angels travel in numbers, unlike other angels that may travel alone. Unknown angels travel in groups, and many times they travel in threes. So when you're asking for help, there's a good chance 3 will come. Now, unknown angels do travel alone periodically. They often do that. Now, when it comes down to angels, angels tend to work with each other when they're in battle. So they'll get together during a battle. Sometimes they'll have to battle alone when it's darkness, evil, when it's against demons, when it's against fallen angels. But in this situation, when you're asking for help, you're asking for these holy angels, the unknown angels. They travel in packs and they're there to help you. Now, if you hear stories out there where someone sees an angel or it's caught on a photograph and they see the light, they see wings, they see an angel shape, maybe they see it floating above a car in a road, maybe they see it on a bridge, but they caught it, they captured it. It was miraculously captured on a video or on film, on a picture, a photograph. That light you see, when you see the angel in that photograph, that's because of the light rod they carry or the sword. That light rod is actually bringing light into that photograph. It's where they get most of their light. It's the power coming off of that sword or that rod. That light rod is also used to cast light, to shoot light, send it in a direction. So if an angel is trying to get there as fast as they can to stop an overturned bus, to save a bunch of children, or to save someone's life, if the angel's not there in time, they'll try to cast a light bolt from that rod to get there first, to stop the tragedy or to save at least one person on that bus or in that car. Now, there's a lot of bad things happening on planet Earth all the time, and angels are working as hard as they can. Now, when things are happening and they're bad, darkness can be involved. And it's that darkness that wants to take the angels' time away, wants to trip up the angels, keep the angels busy so the angels can't take care of everybody. And that's why it's important to know about the unknown angels. The best way to reach the unknown angels is saying their name out loud, asking for help out loud, praying for them out loud, or directly to God. Pray directly to God and ask God for unknown angels to help. Ask God to send unknown angels, or you can just go straight to the unknown angels and ask them. Saying it out of your mouth, out loud, is critical because in our head, we just have a bunch of thoughts. A lot of people got a lot of different things going on, all kinds of different stress, different thoughts, obsessive thoughts, information flying around. And so when you're asking for help and you're praying to the unknown angels, it's important to ask out loud. You want them to hear you. There's a couple of things going on. One is the intention of really needing help. It comes out when you ask for it. Another thing, we have all these thoughts in our head, and we don't need the angels having to sift through that. It's like walking down the street, seeing a dumpster, and then jumping in it and sifting through it, looking for something in that dumpster. We have a lot of thoughts going on in our heads. A lot of it are junk thoughts. They don't need to be there, but they're there. A lot of them are fed to us too. Conditioning, all from what we see, what's on social media, other places. So we have all this jumbled stuff in there. Angels don't want to have to sift through that. They don't want to jump into a dumpster in our heads and go through all of that to find that one thing you said, which is, I need help. And that one thing that you said, I need help with, or the words I need help in your mind, can be wrapped around a lot of baggage. A lot of people carry tremendous amounts of baggage. And that baggage contains a lot. Old relationship breakups, betrayal, hurt, harm, trust issues, trust breakage, anything that happened that day, information from all your appointments, information from when you were growing up, when you were first born, lots of baggage all wrapped up into one. It's in there. And angels, they have a hard time going through it all. And angels, they're really busy. They're not just saving human lives, they're saving animal lives. So we need to make it as easy as possible for them to help us, to hear us. Now, if you're somebody who can't get the words out for some reason, any reason, maybe it's just you're somebody who's very weak and you're not feeling well. Your body feels drained. You're at a weak point in your day. Your neurological system isn't functioning good. You're somebody that's on Mattress Island and you're struggling. Or maybe it's the middle of the night. You just don't have the strength, the fortitude, the energy to speak in that moment. Then that's okay. The angels will know. They'll know if you can't get that out, if you can't ask out loud. They'll know this. They'll be there anyway. They'll know because a different intention occurs when you can't get your words out, when you're struggling. If you're in a weakened state with your condition of any kind and you want to so bad, you want to say something, but you can't, and you can't even whisper it. They'll know this because it's a different intention, because thoughts, all kinds of different baggage, all kinds of different scrambled different thoughts, they don't take over when the intention is to get out the words when you're in a weakened state and you can't voice yourself. So the angels will hear your intention and they'll come and help. But if you have a voice and the strength behind it, it's best to ask out loud. Almost everything in the world has a name. We like to know its name. Whatever it is, a plant, a piece of fruit, a car, a street, a state, a shoe, a handbag. Everything needs a name. That's how we work down here. Every single animal, every insect has to have a name, and we're used to that. Names mean everything to everybody. If something doesn't have a name, we start losing faith, or we lose faith instantly because it doesn't have a name. Things need to have names for people to believe in them. Even a haunting, a ghost, people need to know the name of the ghost. A lot of people out there, they don't believe in ghosts, so it makes it harder for them to entrust that that's a ghost in a house. But when someone puts a name to that ghost, it becomes believable. Like, that's old Mr. Smith. That's who's walking around the house. Mr. Smith used to live here. Mr. Smith died. He died in the bathroom 50 years ago. Somebody could see a ghost or tell somebody they saw a ghost, but when you put a name to that ghost, it's believable. That's the person that lived here 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 200 years ago. This is the case with angel sightings. A lot of psychics out there, or people that talk about angels, they hear this, or maybe it's their own story. They saw an angel and they saw Archangel Michael or Archangel Gabriel. Having a name to that angel makes it more believable. So when someone sees an angel, and they could be seeing a real angel, Archangel Michael, it helps because I saw Archangel Michael and somebody's like, wow, that's incredible. And it makes it more powerful, the sighting, everything about it, especially if someone thinks that was definitely Archangel Michael, and maybe it was, or it was another angel, but it makes faith grow even more. You have a name. The unknown angels don't have a name. There's 144,000 of them, which means there would be 144,000 names. So it takes a level of faith to believe in them. It takes a level of understanding. It takes a level of, I believe in these angels. It takes faith to believe in God. It takes faith to believe in angels. And it takes faith to believe in the unknown angels. The unknown angels respect faith. They have a tremendous respect for faith. And if you don't have faith in them, that's okay. They will still have respect and they will still help. Even though angels work for God, they have their own free will. They can make their own decisions. Angels don't take orders from people. Angels don't take direction from people. They choose to do what they want to do. And when you're humble, angels see this. They understand this. When you're somebody and you're asking for help and you're humble and you've been through a lot, angels see this. And when you're asking for help from the angels, angels read your heart. They read your soul. They read your head. They read everything. They're listening. They're looking. They're taking a good look at you. One of the things that Spirit of Compassion has always told me since I was young when asking help from angels is to say when asking, I know you're busy. I know you're doing a lot out there. I know you're saving others. I know you're protecting people. Unknown angel, if you get a chance on your busy day, on your busy time, all that you're doing, battling darkness, helping others, saving lives, if you get a chance, I need some help. Is it possible to sit by my bedside and keep me company? Watch over me while I'm healing tonight. And when it comes down to unknown angels, there's a very good chance more than one will come, and it will be 3, and they'll stand by your bedside. I saw a big light. It was floating over a field. I was looking out my window. It was early morning. I knew it was real. It was shaped like a bird, shaped like an eagle, but everything I felt in my bones and soul told me it was an angel. Tears dropping from my eyes. I was crying for no reason. Don't know why. I believe it all took me by surprise. The realization of what I saw was more than I could ever surmise. I stepped outside. The sun was almost about to rise. I walked over to the spot where the angel was, and I suddenly felt warm, and I felt very tall, even though the air had a chill and I wasn't wearing a sweater or a shawl. I prayed to God and said thank you for sending me her. Deep down inside, I knew she was God's best, God's all. I thanked the angel. I could still feel the angel's light around me and my farm. I remembered what I just saw. The field started to glow as the sun rose, and I kneeled down on the ground because the message was clear. I was truly blessed by an angel of God upon my soul.
Original published medical medium information gets stolen and poached by podcast doctors, social media doctors, influencers, and medical clinics. Medical medium information has never yet been proven wrong by medical science and research. Instead, the opposite, only proven right and then taken from medical medium published material and used in the conventional and alternative health communities. Medical medium information continually sets the stage for medical science to understand chronic illness better. If you choose to share or use the original, unique content from the Medical Medium podcast, books, or Medical Medium social media, please cite where this information comes from, so others who see and learn of this information have a chance to know where it all originates, to give them an opportunity to heal, so they don't end up losing years of their life searching for answers like so many have before them. The Medical Medium information here on this podcast doesn't come from broken science, interest groups, medical funding with strings attached, botched research, lobbyists, internal kickbacks, persuaded belief systems, private panels of influencers, health field payoffs, trendy traps, or gathered bits and pieces of gimmicky confusion. Because chronic illness is exploding like never before in our modern day history, it takes a greater force than us down here. It takes a helping hand from above. Medical medium information has street cred. It's an organic movement of countless people around the world healing. More healing stories of real people not being paid to tell their life-changing experiences of rising out of the ashes of sickness and entering into the light of full recovery, getting their lives back and finally healing when nothing else in the world of health could move the needle and get them better. The information on this podcast is not man-made. It comes from above, from a higher source. Whatever you believe in, whether God, the universe, the light, or the creator, or if you believe in nothing at all, that we're just floating through space together on this rock. Know that the information you hear on this podcast is separate from all the other noise out there. It comes from a different place, a pure, untampered with, advanced, clean, uncorrupted, original, primary source, a higher source, spirit of compassion.